Hello and welcome back to the Fermented World channel. Today we are brewing a mead, and what we're going to be using is some cherries and some chilies. My chilies are extra ripe and they'll probably go bad soon if I don't get them used, and I couldn't think of anything to do with them, so chili and cherry. Give it a whirl, see what we get. When using chilies and cutting chilies, always use gloves. So first of all, we're going to chop the chilies up. Give myself a knife, nice sharp one. We'll remove the seeds, and any seeds that we do get, we shall collect, and hopefully, with a bit of luck, be able to grow some more next year if we separate the seeds, because these are cayenne or cayenne, I'm not sure how some people pronounce it. So they're cayenne, and this one's a habanero. No, it's not a habanero, it's a jalapeno, which has got no seeds in it anyway. But as you can see straight away, the concentrated oil's coming out onto my thumbs. If you put that in your eye, you are going to know about it. So we're going to chop this up into bits so we can get a maximum extraction. We want a bit of fire from it, hence why putting the chilies in, but we also want that fruitiness. Now, I have just done a mango and habanero one. I haven't put the final video up yet, but it turned out really good, like really good. Slice these in half, see if we've got any seeds that we can salvage. Yeah, we've got one there. Got another one. So at least we know that they're only going to be cayenne seeds. So anyway, yeah, we're going to take the seeds out because we want to harvest the seeds if possible. Just so, like I say, we can just reuse them again next year, grow some more chilies, make some more mead, put some in some food. They're not really any good in the brew, I don't suppose. Don't think they make much difference to it. It's just another thing floating around in it. Doesn't want to come off that at all. Right, so yeah, I'm going to speed this bit up and I'll be back. Get the hell off me, man. It's not playing ball up, it's stuck to it. Okay, so now we're going to get some start water ready for this. We've done that chilies, nice and chopped up, plenty of it. I've learnt with chilies recently that you always want more than you think you're going to want to begin with. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to be putting this in with the hot water, just so that it can release a little bit, like, you know, steep, release some of that really hotness in there before it's even started fermenting. And in goes hot water. We want about half a litre of hot water, and this is so that we can mix our honey in a lot easier. So this is going in a demijohn, so we are aiming for about 4 litres of this, because the demijohns can hold 4.5, but because I'm putting fruit in with the cherries there, which were frozen and thawed, yeah, we won't be having too much in there, because if we add too much, what'll happen is it'll raft. The bubbles that are created will push the cherries up. If there's not adequate room for them, it'll just lift it up. So we're going to try and give it as much room as possible. And yeah, I'm going to put this honey in sped up because it takes a while. And you've just seen me do one, so you don't need to see me do two. We're going to mix that in now. mix that honey in. I can smell the chili, that's nice. What I should have done is probably tried a bit of the chili to see how hot it is. That's what I did with the habanero, and the habanero was bloody hot. I think cayenne's a bit less on the Scovilles. But this could be a good combination, chili and cherries. Who knows? We're going to find out. Like I say, the hot water really helps the honey melt in, dissolve in really quickly. And we're gonna mix it again later. Unfortunately, I did forget to sterilise my mixer, so I'm going to quickly do that now because we're going to need that when we come to mix this in. Making a weird noise, pressurised for some reason. Okay, so that's where we're at with that for now. That can just go out of the way for a moment. And now we're going to put in these cherries. Now, like I say, normally I'd use a bigger bucket, which you can't see, for anything that's got fruit in. So we're going to drain the liquid into there first, because that's a good idea. So any liquid that's in there can come out. Or could just fall all over the place. Yeah, marvellous. We could actually get away with putting them all in, I reckon, and filling it up to the normal amount. Oh gosh, still got liquid coming out. In you go, in you go. Yeah, another reason why I normally do this in a bucket, because it's a pain in the backside. So I've got some dried cherries for this as well, but they're going in after. They're going in to sweeten it back up once all this is fermented, because the sugar in these cherries is going to get fermented. It'll leave behind colour, bit of taste, but most of it's going to get fermented. It still tastes like cherries, obviously, but a lot of that sugar will be fermented. I think we're down to the last few scragglers. I think that's it. Alright, so yeah, that is reasonable amount, but not too much. Let me just quickly wash my hands. Righto, so we've got our cherries in there now. We've got our must over here. What we're going to do is we're going to add some cold water to this, up to about the 4 litre mark. So I've actually got more than I expected. We've got 4.5 litres nearly. Bugger. Anyway, we've got what we've got, and that's what we've got, so there's not a lot we can do about that. We are now up to nearly 4.5 litres. We're now going to tip that into here. No, we're not. We're going to add yeast nutrients. Getting ahead of myself. This is what happens when I'm interrupted. So yeast nutrients are going in. We need 1 level teaspoon per gallon. We do gallon batches, so 1 level teaspoon. In it goes. Just like that. That can move out of the way. We'll get the Swizzler, which I do enjoy using now because it just makes the whole mixing thing a lot quicker and a lot less effort. But do be careful if you do choose to use one of these, because it is a power tool and it does get a bit quicker than you expect it to. Adequately mixed. Clearly sterilised before use. Take that off there. speed this up. There's no need, there's just no need. Okay, so looking at it now, we might be okay once the fermentation starts. There's every possibility it might raft, but it looks like there's enough room for the bubbles to escape around the cherries. So yeah, that is what we're going to do. I need a photo of this. It looks good from the side there at the moment. So right, we've got that in there now, and the cherry juice is in there now, so it's going to give us that little bit extra. It's mixed as it's gone in, so we're good. And let's take a quick hydrometer reading. To know what we've got. So yeah, by taking a hydrometer reading, we measure the density, and then as the fermentation kicks off and the sugars are eaten by the yeast, which is then what produces the alcohol, it then goes down, and using these measurements, 1.1002. No, 1.10, so 102 is what the start gravity is. And then by measuring that and then the final gravity, it shows us how much alcohol's in it. So there you go, there you have it. Nice simple mead. It's got some fruits in it, it's got some chilies in it. I'm not putting any tannins in, I don't think it's necessary. We are going to be adding the yeast, which I've got over here, which has been warming up because it's been in the fridge laying dormant. Gallon batch, half a pack. Really no need to use a full pack, it's just wasteful. Because it multiplies. Yeah, I think that's about half a pack. And we'll just put that elastic band around that or something, or a peg, and pop it back in the fridge. Put it back to sleep. Or, no, saying that, I've got to do another one for a mate actually. He wanted an aniseed mead. He had some of my one that I did recently, and he really enjoyed it, so he's asked me to do a batch of it for him alone. Which I'll do, you know. I don't mind. If people like what I brew, then yeah, sure. He pays for the ingredients, I'll brew it for him. Right, there we go. The yeast is in. 7 to 10 days, we'll come back, we'll check it, check the hydrometer reading, and see where we're at, see what we're going to do with it. Like I did say, I do have some, I seem to have no water in the airlock. It has fallen out. So yeah, we're going to leave that like that for now. That will start fermenting shortly. Give it about 12 hours ish and it will start fermenting. Until when it's just starting, what you want to do is you want to make sure that all your yeast is mixed in properly. Now, I have what I call yeast bergs, where they're just like clumps, but they'll sort themselves out, they always do. So yeah, I'm going to be putting this inside a bucket, just in case it decides to go all flipping crazy and take off and that, because that's what we do not need. We do not need it taking off. We'll get this labelled up with what it is and what the start gravity was and the date, and yeah, we'll be back. Thanks for watching, take it easy. See you soon.